Hey guys, this is New Sensei. I'm doing something different today. I want to showcase this book for two reasons. One, it's an amazing book, and two, there's something in it which I found so strange. I just had to share this one thing. But alright, let's start with the book. So this is the International Traditional Bow and Arrow of Yesterday and Today. It's an amazing book. It's a Korean book, as you can see. And I believe it was produced by the, let's have a look here, the Young Jip Bow Arrow Museum in 2008. This is a Korean language book. It does have English translations, not particularly great ones. They're good enough for you to understand most of it, but some of the translations are a little weird. And this is apparently quite hard to find. This was lent to me by Spencer. Thank you, Spencer. And it was bought through KoreanBow.com or Freddie Archery. So you can get this book, but apparently it's quite rare and hard to find elsewhere. So what this book is, it is primarily a collection of information and data and images on mostly Korean bows. And Korean bows, without a doubt, are amazing. So you can see a lot of the traditional aspects, again, mostly Korean, but there are English translations on the other sides, so you can read both English and in Korean. You can see arrows, all the traditional arrows, arrowheads. The quality of the photography and the graphics are just amazing. This book, I've barely had a chance to read through. I just flicked through, and just flicking through it's just so visually gratifying. I mean, everything you want to see. And even without reading a single thing, it's amazing to see what this book has to offer. So there's all the arrows. We then see, yes, the wow, those who have played totally realistic battle simulators, this might look familiar. That is really cool. Yeah, it's just really cool. And of course, the bows are amazing. You see them strung and unstrung. That's what it looks like over there. A lot of people just get really stunned at how the bows look when they're not strung, especially the really big recurve bows. So that's the bows, the Korean ones. The Korean crossbows are here as well. So it's just an amazing read through the history of Korean bows. Now, apart from Korean bows, it does go on to other bows, like the English longbow. I imagine this is a model which is recently made and donated to the museum. So it's not exactly an English longbow, but it's pretty much identical to what would have been used. So there are certain mentions of foreign bows, to say. Notable European bow types, there's the longbow again. That's a fairly good model. We see the Renaissance bow, the English longbow. This is not an English longbow really, but here we go, English Mongol-inspired bow on this side over here. And a few others as well. You can see the ideas. It's meant to showcase the Holmgar bow, which is again another form of primitive bow or traditional bow. And yeah, there are various different things. Now there are different sections in the book focusing on different cultures and cultural bows. So over here we see Indo-Persian. Okay, just really amazing to see how much coverage the book has on these different items. You have Mongolian. There we go, you can see some appropriate imagery there. The Mongolian bows, that is really cool. Japanese bows, the Yumi of course is there and featured. We have Southeast Asian countries, we've got Tibet and others. And this is what I found really amazing. I couldn't figure out. I want to show this up close here. Australia gets a mention. Hang on a moment. This is a book that focuses on traditional archery. Now, I'm not the most Australian of Australians, but as far as I remember, historically, Australia was unique in that it never developed bows. Every other continent that was inhabited developed bows. Australia did not. So what would an Australian traditional bow look like? It's this. This is an Australian quiver. and I'll read it out to you. It's just this is the bizarre thing I found in the book. So the Australian quiver. It's from the collection The Council Sport for All. A quiver with putting a refined wood in the both sides, inserting red leather and fur between wood and fixing them, using the rivet with a big head and roundly protruded shape. It's difficult to consider it as a traditional quiver because of the belt with metal modern ornaments. You can see it's broken English. The translation makes sense, but it's not flowish. But I have never ever seen a quiver like this ever. I'd imagine this is a one-off custom make or someone's designed this. But this is in no way an Australian traditional quiver. We don't have traditional archery quivers in Australia because archery was never invented in Australia. It was brought over by the Europeans. So this is amazing to see. I couldn't stop laughing. And I mean, it's not funny in that it's a joke funny, but it just seems so out of place. And you consider like every other page, even Bhutan has a page here. Like Bhutan has a very strong archery tradition. Like everything you see here is legitimate historical bows and accessories. And then you see it Turkish here as well. And then you see like the Australian quiver out of nowhere, a single page on Australia. You just miss it. It's the same colour as Tibet. One page on Australian quiver. It's funny. it's out of place and it's weird. But it's a great book. If you can somehow get your hands on it, I do recommend it. It is such an amazing book to flick through and to admire all the, not just the Korean bows, but the traditional bows around the world. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, this is New Sensei. Hope you found this interesting and a little funny. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.